Good morning and welcome to the countryside. Today we're doing a special vlog because we're just gonna set a table in honor of Earth Day. Earth Day is like my birthday. I get so excited. I love to celebrate. I love to just make it known that I'm a good earthling. I hope I'm being a good earthling. So we're gonna set our table today. I'm wearing this dress because I actually, okay, take you back. So every Earth Day, my foundation, the O Foundation, has an initiative called Cherishes Edible Forests, where we partner with businesses, leaders, nonprofits, museums, and we install edible trees in spaces that desperately needs attention. And so we've been doing that now about 5 years, but this year the recipient and myself, we couldn't get it quite together, and it was running last minute because Cherishes Edible Forest is not just come plant trees. We have a luncheon, we have a little ceremony, so it's a lot of moving parts to it. So we hope that next year we'll be able to partner with the lucky recipient. And this year, and this time, I actually started saying, you know what, I'm gonna go for bigger goals here with our tree installation. So year 2027, I'm looking to do 100 trees. 100 trees where we're installing in urban and unloved spaces and places where health disparities are higher. We believe that edible trees in those spaces can kind of mitigate those numbers, and also, of course, it allows so much beautification. And so that's what Cherishes Edible Forest is about, just really going into the unloved areas of cities and rural spaces to make sure that we are satiating it with bountiful and goodness of the earth. So last year I actually wore this dress for our Earth Day event. I don't know if you can see it. I feel like such a princess. So we're gonna, I mean, this is how we live these days. So we're gonna go ahead and get things together. Oh, let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something because I was like, I don't know if I share so much on TikTok, like, oh, what fragrance I love, what beauty items I'm loving. So I wanted to share this with you guys because in the event that you run into me and you're like, oh, she looks so oily, I actually am not. I love this Pat McGrath glass skin setting spray. So you see how I am now, just pretty moderate, you know, but no, we need to take it up a level. And this glass skin is just one of my favorites. I picked it up when I was in Chicago, and I don't think the Sephora in my location sells Pat McGrath, but you can always order it online. But let me show you this, okay? Let me show you. Oh, wait a minute. It's like a silent mist, and it feels like you've walked into a spray, a gentle spray, I would say a dew even, of water, just cooling down the skin. Look at that. This is Pat McGrath. So again, if you see me in the countryside or outside of the countryside and you're like, oh my gosh, blah blah blah, no, I love a dewy, moist look. And so that's my Pat McGrath. So I wanted to show you that because I didn't know if I ever share beauty content with you like that. I know I do on, like I said, other social spaces, but this one, we've got it done. And then our fragrance for today is actually this Louis Vuitton. This is called Rose de Vence, and I'm excited about wearing this. And so I know I've done videos often about like how we wear our fragrance and all that, but here lately I've been thinking about fragrances as it relates to the female body. I think we owe it to ourselves to start requiring the perfume houses to be a little more transparent as to what is in this. And so, because if we're spraying our pulse points, right, that is going directly into our bloodstream. And it's like, what is this stuff? So I don't know, I just have been having little thoughts about things here lately. But today we're going to spray our pulse points, well, just our wrists, and we're going to spray our area, like the dress. Now here's the thing, I see people doing this and I cringe because I don't know, maybe it's my clothes, but look, we can't play no games with these silk threads and stuff like that. That's a sure way to damage your garment. So what I suggest is create a mist, like spray it and walk into the mist like that. It's less invasive, it's just a gentle spray of some sort. And so that's what we're doing today. Now if you decide that you do want it on your neck area, we've sprayed our wrists, and so you can kind of, that's what I do, just do that and just, you know, hug my neck as we say in the South. But yeah, this is by Louis Vuitton. It's so delicious. I really love this. It's not my favorite rose scent, but it is one that I respect a lot, and I figure, you know, for Earth Day, let's smell like a rose bush so every bee out there can chase us. Okay, so I wanted to show you the tablecloth that we're going to be using today. It's this faint, like a, no, more like a sage green and white tablecloth. I use this, actually I use this one around Easter time because it has bunnies on it, but I started thinking it has just as much butterflies and vinery up here as it does bunnies. So bunnies live in the earth, this is a shared space, so why not use this tablecloth for today? So we're gonna dress her up with this. I treat the, as you know, I believe that the tablecloth is the actual garment. It's like me putting this on. So how we're gonna accessorize our place settings and all of that kind of thing. But the base, the garment of the table will be this beautiful number here. Then I have some raffia placemats that we're gonna put on, porcelain plates. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any glassware, drinkware at all. One second. Because I do have these Estelle glasses, and this is actually a hint of green. So they may make it on the table. They're actually on the main table here, the estate. So I am thinking maybe they'll, if you see them up there, you know I decided to go with it. But these Estelle glasses are so beautiful, and this is the rock glass, and you know, grown-up things happen in this. But I just love Estelle so much. It is my goal to have, oh, and it matches my dress. Stephanie, it matches my dress. I don't see why we can't do something together. But it's my goal to have like a whole collage of Estelle items. So Stephanie, if you're watching, I love you, girl. Holla at your girl. But anyway, so maybe we'll use this as drinkware, but I don't think we're gonna do any drinkware at all. So what else do I want to show you before we get out there? Because once we, oh, let me show you the flowers. Okay, so here are the flowers that we're going to put in terracotta pots, and that's going to create the overall pretty of the table. So I saw somewhere, I think on my tea, the tea that I drink, have beautiful messages on the little handle part, and it says something like flowers are a result of God's laughter on the earth. So how beautiful is God's laugh. So okay, let's go ahead and do as much as we're gonna get done so that you can enjoy it. Too bad we're not having a little get together. Should I have something? Too bad we're not having a little get together. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I'm in the meadow part of our grounds, and I'm trying to think where I want to set the table. So I really love this tree right here. I don't know if you can see, but it has these amazing white blooms on them. Let me get a look closer. I don't know if you can see that. So I like this area right in here, but I'm also being friendly with the sun to make sure that we have good lighting. So I don't know. I feel like this is the area, guys. Yes, this feels like it right in here. The sun is like beautifully right there. So therefore the camera's behind it. And also I brought out my digital camera from, vintage digital camera, because I've been using this for content and I'm telling you, it's been so good. Like so good. So let's shoot this. And girl, we ain't using this. My battery is dead. Child, I should have charged this. This battery is dead, child. I should have charged it. Oh well, it was a good thought. Okay, I think we have a problem. This table is just too narrow. Too narrow. These placemats are drowning it. I could eliminate these, but I just love this whole raffia look for Earth Day, and they kind of go with the brush that's behind this as well. Which, when I'm designing a table, it is all about storytelling for me. I'm not just doing something because something's a trend. It is about how can I reinterpret now through story and through art and culinary and gathering. So I feel like I should get another table. Hang on. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking the centerpiece is going to look like. And I went with the terracotta pots because if we're telling Earth's story, especially in this area, it's a lot of red clay, red dirt. And again, dining should largely be about storytelling for you, more so than like content for social media. Like, what's the story you're gonna tell? And so having terracotta pots on Earth Day just really speaks to the nature of where we are, like what region we're in and what naturally grows here or produces here. So yeah. Now, because it's like going in a long line, I was thinking about kind of bunching them up together to look like one. You see how that looks? Super cute, right? And so it doesn't, like, if you were to add glassware, drinkware here, you have enough room. Whereas if it's a long line, I just feel like it takes away from that. Okay, let's keep going. So I'm gonna put these in on the table because I do have some daffodils that'll add a little pop of color with the green here and the little specks of yellow that are in these beautiful, I call them like baby breath. So they do have a name. I think it's called gypsy flower or gypsy plant, but we're gonna add daffodils to this on this side of it. So that's gonna look cute. So these are the plates that we're going with. You can see the beautiful, what do you call it? Not perforated, but the edging I just really, really love it. Love it. It looks vintage. The table is starting to take on a vintage appeal as well, which really makes this for a great setting. So gorgeous. I'm excited about this. Another plate setting that I'm going to use, this is more for dessert, or you can even use it for bread, but it's by the brand I. Gottinger & Co. And this does not say earth, just the beautiful vines and creepy things. You can see the little ladybug up top. It just goes so well with this theme, I think. So I'm just gonna, yeah. And don't be afraid to kind of mix patterns. Think of it in the light of we all exist here in this world, but we're so different, yet we're one community. We are a crew, as our astronauts reminded us of recently. So don't be afraid to play around with mixing patterns. Don't feel like everything has to be matchy-matchy. It just doesn't. This is where your style comes in. Can't have a dinner table without cutlery. Remember, guys, forks goes on the left, spoons go on the right. Like that. I wish it was a lefty-loosey, righty-tighty something, but we don't. You just have to know. Of course. Of course. Love this satin finish that the House of I. Gottinger has created for us. Such a good investment. And then of course candles, because it makes for such a illuminated table, but it's plenty of sunlight. The sun is our friend right now. I can't stand when the candle is so thick on the bottom that it won't fit in the vase. You have to keep like turning it to where it stays. Oops, see, that didn't stay. But we'll get it. I can't decide if I like the candles or not. I think they're too tall. But we're going to keep them for now until I see the final thing. But so far, it's coming out really, really pretty. I'm excited about this one, guys. So, of course, I think it needs some kind of glassware, drinkware, just to present an overall table. So I did bring out just some regular glass wine glasses. Here are the daffodils in my beautiful, I use it as a vase, but I'm waiting for the day that I can actually serve like fresh juice or even creamers for like a brunch or a breakfast. So, but until then, we're using this beautiful number. I think this is by that same brand. Yeah, it is. I Gottinger Co. Look how pretty. Like, if you want an elevated pretty table, I would be Googling I.Gottinger & Co. I think it's & Co. Yeah, & Co. So let's put these beautiful daffodils in the vase here. Again, we're using these vintage looking vases. And I'm just going to use the same water, just a little bit, that was in there for a second. You see how that looks? Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I think it looks good. Napkins. So I'm going to trim the stems a little bit because the vase is kind of short. Maybe that was a little too trimmed. So let's try it like this. Yeah. I think that this is going to make for a beautiful table. Alright guys, last we have our wine glasses. Remember, the wine glasses go on the right side. So you just go the BD with your fingers. B is bread plate, it goes on the left. D is our drinking glasses, and it goes on the right. So I hope y'all can hear me because the car was passing by. Drinking goes on the right, bread goes on the left. But today we're just doing the drinkware, and we're putting it just like that. Yeah, I think we needed the wine glasses for sure. I don't know what we would do if we had like a table for 6. I guess we would scale back on this bunch, but I think it looks good, guys. We put it all together. Let me give you a close-up. Okay, so here is our Earth Day table that I was just on my head, as we say here in the South, to design because it's Earth Day. And what beautiful expression of gratitude than a dinner table. Look how gorgeous this is. It is my friend. Tables are my friends. But you see how beautiful I Gottinger & Co. plate just really elevates this space. Even though it didn't go with this set, it still goes with the overall theme that we're looking to create. And the beautiful terracotta pots just really tells our story of the countryside and all the multitude of red dirt. And the daffodils, I wish they were opened a little bit more, but that's okay. They'll open up, and they smell so delicious, almost like a jasmine. But yeah, this is our table that we present to Mother Earth. Maybe the napkins are a little long. Let me figure this out. Hang on. Okay guys, I think this concludes this, I don't know if we call it a vlog, but just this episode today on how I set the table for Earth Day. I hate that I don't have like a little lunch situation happening today because the table is absolutely stunning. But if you don't know by now, I actually have a Substack that is just thriving. It's called Reveal by YCB. Now what Reveal does is unveil our tablescapes quarterly, as well as give like essays and write-ups and how-tos and on social graces and dinner parties and how to be a gracious host and all those kinds of things. And I call my community over there dinner guests. Would you be my dinner guest? Because I really would love to have you. If you enjoy watching content like this come together, but you need more information, more education, need community around this, I believe Reveal by YCB is exactly where you should be. I'm in the countryside, we wave at people. Where you should be. So please, do not hesitate to just be my dinner guest. Go over to the description box below and click on the link, and it'll lead you right to Reveal by YCB. So what do you think, guys? I think we pulled it off. I'll see you next time.